last time. That'll be 14. The thing I gotta do now is, we'll be here in probably 25 minutes. He said 30, but probably 25. I got to do some chains. Come on. Stinking thing. I try to make sure it's cleaned out. Chunk is in here. I'll fight around it, but I need a little more chain on that drum. When you start putting out a lot of loads, you start wearing stuff down a lot faster. So, I got some chain to do. Then I'm gonna get up in the chipper. We'll talk. I didn't go as planned at all. I need to get some chain. I gotta back this thing out of there and start spinning because it's got bald tires on it. Listen, this old tool truck's a jewel, but just hang around for a while and you'll see what happens. But anyways, tried to back this thing up and start spinning, so I put it forward to come forward a little bit. Hit the brakes and put it in reverse. It started to slow down and I hit it in reverse. It kept going forward. We're all good. So I'll just leave it and carry chain back to the chipper. Right off the bat, I'll do a Q&A, question and answer, on Friday. So here's how this is how it works easiest for me, is I won't respond to any comments in this video. You write your questions in the comment section. And then Friday I'll go through and I'll answer the questions. And that works easiest for me. I get a lot. Okay, this is number, like I said, 14 today, and we're just moving a lot of wood. The log pile over there is just looks delicious. Log truck's in here right now. I don't know if you can see or not. Look at that. Look at all that action over there. Oh, it's just good stuff. So, we put out quite a bit of wood today. Average of probably 40 tons. So you're talking well over 500 tons of wood we put in today. Just in chips. That's not the logs that are over there. So here's what I wanted to discuss. This is a great day for us. I've done 14 loads one other time. That was with one skidder. Okay, it was with that 545C, that cat we got. This chipper, and I had 9 trucks on me, which was awesome. Now let's put that into perspective. Today I did 14 loads with 5 trucks. I only had 5 trucks today. I did 14 loads. That means the truck drivers were just jamming. I mean, they were just hustling. So they did a lot of work today. Everybody did a lot of work today. I mean, everybody did a lot of work today. So here's the issue, that because we had such a great day, And if I get on YouTube and I write, we had a great day, we got 14 loads out, I'm gonna get a few comments about how that's not a lot of wood. Okay. And I'm gonna have people say, well, we do 1,000 tons a day over here and such and such and such and such. And there is companies that do that. And here's what I wanted to explain. I have talked to other crews running this same chipper, putting out 1,000 tons a day. Okay, that's twice as much, not quite twice as much as we did. Let's just say twice as much. Okay. Now, here's the thing that makes it different is every company's different and does something different. Now, those companies that I talked to up in Canada, okay, they're doing 1,000 tons every 24 hours. Is it every 24 hours? I think it's every 24 hours. I'm not sure. I thought it was every shift. I think they did 1,000 tons every 24 hours. They have two crews running 12 hours, two 12-hour crews, okay? They're not pulling any logs. That's the first difference. You've already seen the stack of logs, and that's not the first load of logs that's went out of here. This one here is pretty decent, but there's a whole lot of logs over there. That's the first difference. When you're not pulling logs out of this stuff, get out the way, because I can put a whole lot of chips out. I mean, a whole lot of chips out. So it makes a big difference on if you just pull me wood and no one's pulling super big chunks off it, and I can just chip, I can put out a lot of wood. Now, when I did 14 loads a day the last time I did 14 loads, it was on an all chipwood job. The wood was a lot smaller than this, but it was like little candy, you know what I mean? It was delicious too. But look at that rock. See? That's the first main issue when it comes to putting out what we call a real good day and what somebody else calls a real good day, is we're not pulling logs, or we are pulling logs. So when we talked to Mike, the boss, about his glory days of chipping, when he first got their flail new, they didn't pull any logs either. It was all millwood, and they wanted their chips, period. So he was doing 12 loads every day with that thing, which is a lot of wood. He can tell you stories. He needs to tell us stories about the olden days. I mean, 20 years ago. But that makes a big difference when you don't have to, when you're not pulling logs. I mean, you can jam this area up with a bunch of wood and produce wood a lot faster. Okay, that's the first big issue. The second issue is how far are the trucks driving and how many you have on you. When I had 14 trucks, I had 14 loads the last time with those 9 trucks, 5 of those were ours, and I had 4 contracted trucks. So that means all 5 of our trucks hauled 2 loads, and I loaded 4 contracted trucks. And we were done like at 4 o'clock. Because when you have more trucks and you have wood that's really good, you can put out wood really fast. But when you have trucks that drive 85, 90, 95 miles to the mill from here, it makes it a lot more difficult to get a lot more wood out because they're traveling such a long distance. That's one way. So that all plays a factor into beginning of what we call a good day and what other people call a bad day. For us, it was a really good day today. And I just wanted to explain that really quick on how we do it, how far the trucks are driving. Because I mean, I've loaded. That Will was preloaded, so he hauled that load. I loaded him twice. He hauled those loads. I'm loading him again. This is his fourth load for the day. He's not going to haul it. He's going to haul it to the shop. This is his third time getting loaded today, and he was preloaded this morning. You're doing a lot of driving. So, and I loaded 3 other trucks 3 times today. They were out here early this morning. And it makes a big difference when they have to go that long distance. If we were 25 minutes from you rascal, rotten rascal. If you were 25 minutes from the mill, it ain't that big of a deal with 5 trucks. But when it takes them about 2 hours to drive to the mill loaded, and an hour and a half to get back empty, and then they got to get dumped over there, and they can't shift change, which one of them did. That slowed them down a little bit. It all plays into it, but all I'm saying is we had a good day. So I talked to a lot of other companies because Morbark brings them out here because we are the closest running flail right now to Morbark, the factory. So if they bring somebody to the factory, especially those ones who do want a flail or are interested in the flail, they'll contact us and come out. They can look at this machine or chit chat with us. It's really cool. But I just wanted to explain that really quick. Everybody's has good days are different than other people's good days. You know what I mean? So watch that, baby. I'll spin it right around. Get out of there, you asshole. Let me get him off your top. Hold on there. Hey, oh. I'll let both them rascals up. I got them more or less 500. There we go. So, I mean, I did knives. I had just enough time to do knives. I was going to do chain, and then, well, yeah. Tool truck's in a hole over there, so I can't do that. So when I get out of here after this load, I gotta do knives and chain in. And fuel. And that's the other thing is, when you do days like this, where you put out a good amount of wood, you go through quite a bit of fuel. 400 gallons don't cut it. We'll go through over 400. We'll go through 400 gallons today, and it will not fuel up everything we have out here. I guarantee it. Because I just looked at the chipper. You put 14 loads on this chipper. It's got a 500 gallon tank. It's It's got a third of a tank probably. Probably less than that. It's got a little more than a quarter of a tank. And you got to fuel up both skidders and the slasher. So we're all ready to go for morning. So missing my Ford, but here, hey, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's what Paul says that a lot. Oh man. Let me pick on it a little bit. The Ford is done. Again. Now, I'll get it back. They drove it all day today. Rob had to do some running around. All these 8-footers I'm putting in right now are rotten. This chipper will gobble up 8-foot logs all day long. 8-foot, 10-foot. But they're all rotten ones that Tom cut. You don't know they're rotten until you cut them. So yeah, make them disappear. But the Ford's ready. drove it all day, said it worked fine. So I'm excited about that because I do miss the Ford. Multiple different reasons. It's got better heat. It's got cruise control. I'm not gonna lie, I like that truck a little bit. I don't like the 6.0 in it though. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know another thing? I've been watching Cotton Top. I've watched Cotton Top for years now, but why won't Dodge go buy him a new truck? They apparently don't realize what's going on, because my wife told me last night, you know what she told me? We will never buy a Dodge truck. That's what she told me. And all because of his videos. I don't know why they won't go get him a new one and say, here, please, take this. Please stop making videos. Because they apparently don't realize the effect that YouTube has on things. I have my own personal story with that, but I'm not going to get into it. I don't care to talk about it. If you ask me in person, I'd probably tell you, but we won't worry about it. But it's interesting. It's really interesting. But I do like the truck, but that 6.0 and that Ford's no fun to deal with. So, and I don't think I said it, did I? Did I tell you? Ugh.